Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Dr. Regina Bradley, and this is the 4991 series, episode number 3. I do like the women's only panels, and that's the way we're going with this one. And we're talking about, the diva herself, probably one of the original divas from my generation, Miss Mary J. Blige, My Life album.
Cover of My Life really is a sartorial expression of that, right? So we see her with the braids that you mentioned. I think those braids look a lot like the Dookie rope chains, those big fat gold chains that were really popular in the earlier years of hip hop. Her braids kind of look like those chains that become this emblematic style of early hip hop, blended with the black leather apple cap that was really popular in the 1970s. And people like Donny Hathaway, for example, shout out to you, Emily, that Donny Hathaway, helped to popularize for soul singers of the 1970s. So here she is with these gold chain link braids and the apple hat, right? So it's literally the marriage of hip hop and soul.
So I see Mary J as sort of continuing to insist upon the importance of telling these stories, again, in the interest of healing, right? In the interest of reconciling. And in that way, yes, extending literary tradition as well as the blues woman's tradition. So the blues woman's tradition, as I kind of understand it, is in part about expressing a whole range of complex emotions, right? About expressing pain and hurt, but also performing the resiliency that allows you to sing about that pain and hurt, right? Because if you're able to kind of sing about it and even use some of the comic humor and timing that people like Bessie Smith and Ma Rainey would be using, then you're already showing that you are surviving, right? You're moving on. You're expressing an experience of an I that, as scholars understand, is also an experience of a we.
My life does a certain kind of interior work, and I think that's what made it the album it is. And I do want to point out that her debut and sophomore album are probably two of the best kind of combination albums from any artist we've seen in the late 20th century. I mean, both are innovative, inventive in terms of sound, in terms of narrative, and impact, and what it means to moving a genre forward. I think we really underestimate Mary J. Blige in that way. But she offers something on My Life that is unpolished, that is, when I say raw, I don't mean in this very kind of negative sensibility, but there's something so decidedly unfinished about the project. And I mean that to mean it is a complete musical innovation, but it is incomplete in its feeling, in its sensibility. It leaves you with a particular kind of longing. And an album conveying that from top to bottom, where you see the search, you see journey, you see that longing being evoked sonically, it's just something intensely powerful.